Na sziasztok, ismét egy kis NBA túlé.
Here's Kobe. Well, the Timberwolves are hoping that they've found some answers at the point guard position. The veteran Luke Ridnour really played a steady role for them a year ago, but Johnny Flynn, their top draft pick in 2009, missed almost 30 games and really struggled on the...
Na, Szívató most.
So on the floor for Minnesota, Michael Beasley and Kevin Love, they're in the forward positions. Ridnour out there with Wayne Ellington. And it's Randolph in at the 5, roaming the paint. Love kicks to Beasley. Just 5 to shoot. Over Fisher. Rebounded by the Lakers. For the Timberwolves, the answer to their playmaking needs of point guard Steve and Clark may have arrived in the form of rookie Ricky Rubio, joining the team from Spain.
Well, there's got to be a relief, Kevin, for the Minnesota fans to see the former number 5 pick in the 2009 draft finally in uniform for the Timberwolves. Scoring is still a question mark for him, but his passing, court vision, and flair, all of that is unquestioned.
Love with the screen on Fisher. Randolph inside. He's guarded by Bynum. And Kevin Love, the bucket with the assist from Anthony Randolph. Love's got his second basket of the night. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Boy, I tell you, the Lakers are always tough on their home court. I mean, visiting teams can get a little starstruck, too. I mean, all kinds of celebrities hanging out in the crowd. Just as many famous people watching is actually playing in the game when they go play the Lakers.
Devin Ebanks, he's checked in for the Lakers. Here's Fisher. Clark, they're looking now at a sizable deficit.
Yeah, you know, they've got a lot of work ahead of them, but no reason to give up hope right now.
No, the game's still out there for them, but they've got to get back to their game plan and start to grind out each possession.
Right, going back to that Lakers home record, 30-11. Last season, tied for the 5th best home record in the league. And Steve, you start overlapping, you know, the star watching at the games, good play on the floor. That's quite a scene.
It's a great scene, one of the great venues in the NBA. And the Lakers, they're competitive year in and year out. And they'll continue to be a tough team, whether it's at Staples Center or on the road. Kobe Bryant is one of those select few first-name basis superstars in the NBA. Larry, Michael, and of course Kobe, Magic. Those guys are famous by one name only.
And the Timberwolves call time here. Steve, you know, Kobe, of course, the man in the entertainment capital of Los Angeles. He's taking the attention in stride. I think he feeds off it a little bit. You know, it's you have a special psyche to play in that kind of environment.
Yeah, and he's handled it really well. I mean, for a guy who spends so much time in the public eye, it seems as though he's always been motivated more by winning than the adoration. I think that's why he has such great respect from his teammates. And another reason why the Lakers have been so successful since he's been there.
And Love backs in. Inside to Randolph. Pocket 6. And stolen by Fisher.
Well, credit the defense, but you've got to be more careful with the ball.
What a move. He saw a window on the other side of the rim and whipped it around for the immaculate reverse.
Ridnour kicks to Randolph. Outside Randolph. Outside Randolph. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He passes it to Ridnour. From downtown, gets the bucket. Ridnour's got 6 points.
Come on now, you got to pay better attention than that on a shooter like him. You'll make that 10 times out of 10.
Ellington gets called for blocking. That's foul number 2 for him.
Nice job attacking the lane and forcing that defender into the blocking foul.
A little bit of a deer in the headlights look by that defender as the driver picked up steam going to the hoop.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Lazar Heroes checked in for Beasley. And Wesley Johnson has subbed for Wayne Ellington.
Well, he was being overly optimistic there, thinking he could make that pass.
Here's Hayward. He's covered by Fisher. And the ball goes out of play and able to keep it in. Here's a look at the schedule for the Los Angeles Lakers. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Here's Fisher.
Well, the Timberwolves looking to get a win here on the road, and last season that was a major issue for them. In fact, only one team, the Wizards, had a worse record on the road.
Well, he's been scoring pretty well on just a few attempts. It might help him out if he was a bit more assertive.
Now, here's Ridnour. He's got 6. He's covered by Fisher. Shot clock at 6. Here's Hayward. Off target with his 3. Well, for the Timberwolves, Clark, how do you think they can turn around that road record?
Well, how much time do I have, Kevin? I mean, there are a lot of things that you need to look at trying to answer that. It starts with taking care of the ball. Timberwolves had the most turnovers of anybody in the league, and on the road, you got to really value it. I mean, that's one way you have a chance to win on the road is if you maximize possessions and don't turn it over.
And Gasol with the lay-in. Gasol's got 4 points now in the quarter.
It's been a complete game for him, hasn't it?
Yep, I agree with you there. I mean, he's been in the middle of everything going on.
Gasol against Love. He dishes it to Hayward. The turnaround J. Randolph is called for a loose bounce foul. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Lakers. Andrew Bynum's checked in for Devin Ebanks. Odom comes in for Pau Gasol. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Derek Fisher. The Timberwolves also changing out. Brad Miller, he's checked in for Randolph. Beasley comes in for Lazar Hayward. And Ellington is subbed in for Wesley Johnson. Goes up. And there's Kobe. That's good on the assist by Blake. 19 points for Kobe Bryant. 1:05 left to play in the third. Now, here's Ridnour, guarded by Blake. Ridnour passes to Beasley. Covered by Artest. Leans. Some solid D here from Bynum.
Great job defending the hoop there.
So important to have good presence defensively inside.
That's good. Now it's just a 3-point Timberwolves lead.
Well, they've got to do something defensively because he's been unstoppable.
And defensively, Steve, your only choice now is to double him. I mean, I don't think there's another option.
And the Timberwolves call timeout.
Well, it's interesting. Once again, late last season for the Lakers, they slumped to close out the regular season. And it seems to be a pattern. You know, it's almost like they get bored before they actually get into the postseason.
Here is Love. He's got 5. Here's Miller. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Miller's got his first 2 points of the night. And, you know, Steve, for the Lakers, Lamar Odom said himself their sluggish finishes in the second half were partly born of overconfidence, of ego. I don't know much freedom should put in that, Clark. What do you think?
You know what, I think there is a tendency, a human tendency, to become complacent, to become full, and you can lose some of your edge. I don't think it's a lack of humility and respect. I think it's just the nature of being somewhat satisfied. And when you're in this league, because people are coming after you a lot harder when you got what they want in terms of championships, and especially as you age, I think it's harder sometimes to fight off that resistance and to flip the switch if you find yourself in a little bit of a rut.
And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch.
Pont lemondás. Egy haladás ment 11 volt.
It's time for fourth quarter and time to check in with the fourth member of our team, Doris Burke, for our Sprite Spark report. Hi, Doris.
Thank you, Kevin. It's the Timberwolves with the spark of the game with that push we saw. With a strong second quarter showing by them, they took complete control of the game and have shown no let-up since. One more quarter to go, but they are in the driver's seat from here, guys.
Okay, Doris, thank you. And that run, Clark, really changed the complexion of this game.
Yeah, it sure did. I thought it stirred something up in them that got them on a good run.
Yeah, got the ball rolling for them, and they were able to keep it going from there, guys.
Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So for the Lakers right now, Odom plays the 4 with Bynum at the center. Brown out there with Derek Fisher, and it's Barnes in at the small forward spot. And it's Brown missing.
And the defender, the rotation came over, really seemed to bother him, and that threw that shot off.
Here's Ellington. Bynum with the steal.
Tried to use the pump fake there, but the defense didn't buy it.
Barnes. And Minnesota the other way now. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And you might not know it by looking at the final score of that game, but they did not play that poorly.
No, they really didn't. I mean, just a few calls that didn't go their way and a few shots that didn't drop.
And slam down hard. Another look on the split slam cam.
Now that's just rubbing it in, fellas.
Throwing it down with style.
These folks are not going to forget that one anytime soon.
Here's Odom. A decent amount of time left as they try to find a way back into it.
Not time to panic yet, guys.
Steve?
Well, it will be soon if they don't cut in this lead quickly.
Addig tököltél, hogy blokkolni tudták a lövést.
Rubio with it. Back to Beasley. Guarded down by Lamar Odom. Rubio dishes to Towler. Bynum with the steal. And here comes Brown. Here's Fisher. And the layup falls.
And that steal really triggered the fast break. Nice play.
Hey, you're right, and the break itself may have been even better.
Minnesota calls timeout. And this is the first season matchup for them against the Lakers team.
And in a 4-game season series like the one these two teams have, you kind of want to establish your superiority right off the bat here in this first game.
Regarding the point Steve just made, Clark, just how much of an edge do you think it gives the winner of this game in the rest of the season series?
You know what? It's hard to say. I think it gives them a decent edge, but with 3 games still to be played after this one, the loser will have time to regain the upper hand later on. And you don't know what injuries are going to be like and what the other dynamics will be. So it is a bit of an edge, but I don't think it's a huge one.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Monarch Justice checked in for Bynum. Carricker comes in for Matt Barnes. And Kobe is subbed in for Shannon Brown. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I was able to listen in on the Timberwolves head coach talking to his team. He told his team to keep looking for 3-point opportunities, saying their perimeter defense isn't doing a good job getting out on our shooters. So let's keep firing away until they decide to guard us.
Here is Rubio. Picked up by Kobe. Beasley kicks to Rubio. Miller. Now Rubio. Shot clock at 5. On its way from Beasley for 2. Lamar Odom pulls it in.
Now, he can't get that one to go, but that's a shot he'll hit more often than not.
Carricker can't hit.
Man, that's too bad. Easy shot there, and he's got to knock that one down.
Well, that's a concentration cramp right there. I mean, just lost focus.
Lakers trail by 6. He's guarded by Love. Backdoor test. Down low. Carricker with the bucket.
They raised their field goal percentage just above 50% here. They actually look like a totally different team than what we saw in the first half. Much better execution offensively.
And the Timberwolves call timing.
Yeah, he doesn't really like what he's seeing, and they're going to try to hash it out here.
Paul Gasol is checked in for Derek Carricker. The Timberwolves also changing it up. Handoff comes in for Brad Miller. And Ellington is subbed in for Ricky Rubio.
Miért lép
Here's
át,
Rittenauer.
azt nem értem.
Backing down is Beasley. Here's Randolph. Gets an open look and hits.
What a marvelous job they've done of sharing the basketball. A ton of assists.
Well, they know where each other is all the time. They're moving the ball, just finding the open guy. Nobody seems to care who's scoring.
Persze, nem láttam megint a játékoson fölva.
There's 1:54 left here in the fourth quarter. And the shot is good. Kobe's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
My goodness, he's knocking down everything he looks at.
Beasley outside. Deflected.
Now that's what the
That's
doctor
a
ordered.
style.
Just a humongous defensive play.
Oh, the pass to Gasol. The stupendous finish in traffic. Now just a 2-point Timberwolves lead.
Well, it really puts great pressure on your defense when you're trying to recover from a turnover.
Yeah, their defense is really in jeopardy every time they turn the ball over. So if they can take care of the ball, they'll take care of things at both ends of the floor.
Rittenauer dishes to Randolph. Ellington, 6 to shoot. There's the triple. And Luke Rittenauer gets the 3. And the Timberwolves lead by 5.
Yeah, you can tell they're getting frustrated defensively out here. All these three-pointers fall.
Yeah, Steve, they're ready to throw their hands up. You can see it. The frustration is very visible. I mean, when you spread the floor and shoot the three the way they've done here in the second half, it's really hard to defend. I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Kobe gets to Gasol. Out of bounds.
Na most ezt
They'll
kijelent.
keep possession.
Még.
There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Shoots from 12. And it's our test missing. But they're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything to reinvent the wheel here. I mean, just take time off the clock and squeeze the on. Don't turn it over.
And here is Rittenauer.
Már szépen szerintem.
5 to shoot. Gasol against Beasley.
Boy, that was way behind the line. Now, he can make that at times.
He certainly is one of the guys that can actually do it from there.
The shot by Odom, no good. Here is Rittenauer. And so the Timberwolves take the win. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both.
És mindig csak a győztes csapatból van jó játékos, lesz különben. Tíz pont, 4 assziszt, 2 lepattanáson volt. Érdekes dolog mondjuk azért. Lehet ez az én csapatom valamelyik több pontot dobod, de azért mégis. Hiába előrébb van rangsorolva.
Welcome to NBA basketball. I'm Damon Bruce, and we've got it for you here on 2K Sports. Friday night in the NBA. It'll be Kobe Bryant in the Los Angeles.
It's the Lakers in a Western Conference matchup. Looking forward to the weekend. Great to have you with us here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Glad to bring you the NBA. This game will wrap up the homestand here for the Jazz. And taking advantage of the home games during this stretch, they want to get those W's and guys build that positive record.
Playoff atmosphere in this building here tonight, guys. You can feel it. And there always does seem to be when these two teams square up. It's a great rivalry.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what? One hard foul and all the feelings associated with this rivalry are immediately rekindled. And just like that, it's game on.
And now the Lakers starting group. Artest and Powell in the forward slots. Fisher and Kobe man in the backcourt. And it's Bynum in at the center. And for the Jazz, Kirilenko, Millsap, and Jefferson are the front court. Devin Harris is out there with Bell. Now here's Gasol. Kicks it to Bynum. Paul Millsap with the rebound.
And what a year it was for Paul Millsap last season, guys, with Carlos Boozer leaving for Chicago as a free agent. Millsap stepped into that starting power forward role and really delivered for Utah.
Unloaded from 9. A rebound by Jefferson. And Utah has possession. They defeated Indiana in their last one.
They really impressed everybody with that comeback they had in the fourth quarter. I mean, it shocked the crowd.
Shocked me too, Clark. I didn't see that coming. Their fourth quarter performance couldn't have been any more different than the first three, but give them credit. They turned it on when they had to.
4 on the clock. From deep. No good. Nice D by Kobe. Back to Millsap and Boozer. You can see Millsap, Clark, as a backup, had the talent with Boozer ahead of him all those years up in Salt Lake.
Yeah, he certainly did. I mean, Utah had one of the best 1-2 punches at that position, Kevin. But it just didn't make sense, again, to keep both of them because you saw Millsap being able to be an effective starter and a little younger than Boozer as well. So I think it made sense to give him the nod.
We'll go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Mike Brown. What's the news there, Doris?
Kevin, when I asked him about their game plan on the defensive end, he said they were looking to clog things up in the middle of the floor and not allow any clear looks at the basket from inside the paint. He feels if they can accomplish that, they'll have the upper hand on defense. Let's see how it plays out, Kevin.
And thank you for that, Doris.
Well, the Western Conference has proved to be too much for the Jazz to handle effectively last season.
Backing down is Jefferson. Bynum with the steal.
Boy, you got to love that kind of anticipatory defense.
Artest, guarded by Harris. Outside Kirilenko. Feeds it to Bell. Easy shot. And there's Al Jefferson on the assist by Bell. Jefferson's got his first points of the game. Clark going back to the Jazz in the West. Losing an elite guard like Williams did not help. Stevie's going to make a difference for New Jersey, but I think it's going to be a huge void for Utah. What do you think?
No question. This league is all about point guards, Kevin. And to try to win in the Western Conference against guys like Steve Nash and Chris Paul, it's going to be tough for the Jazz. In fact, 31 of their 43 losses last year came against Western Conference foes.
With the steal. Defended by Gasol. Utah leading, and this is the first season matchup for them against the Lakers team.
And this great rivalry will be renewed tonight. The first of 3 meetings between these two clubs this season.
6 to shoot. 3-pointer, Bell. No good. And it's the Lakers taking it the other way. Coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot that went right in that game. It was one of their flatter performances that we've seen this year.
Yeah, I thought they were like week-old pop that didn't have the top on it. I mean, the energy they needed to keep themselves in the ball game, it just was never there. They were bad.
The first one falls. And Clark, it is their first look. Do you think there will be any surprises tonight?
Well, you're always leery of surprises. There could be, You know, when you put two rivals preparing for a game, each side wants to get the other outside of their comfort zone. We'll see what happens.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. C.J. Miles comes in for i.BL. And Earl Watson is subbed in for Devin Harris. Fisher, the pass to Bynum. Over Jefferson. Here's Barnes. Missed inside.
Seems like he tightens up, guys, when he gets close to the, especially with the defender nearby.
And C.J. Miles with the slam.
Boy, he threw that thing down hard.
Now that's how to give the fans their money's worth.
Yeah, he is always worth the price of admission.
Free throw, no good for Miles.
And one of the things you like about the Lakers, their ability to go out on the road and win. In fact, last season, they were 27-14 away from Staples Center.
There's 1:17 left here in the opening quarter. Watson with it. Dishes it to Miles. Millsap a screen. Now Miles. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Watson's shot is off. And the Lakers, Clark, are smart, veteran team, we know that. How much of an asset is that to winning on the road?
You can't overstate it. I mean, it's really huge, Kevin. Keeping your composure, staying focused, understanding what's coming and what you need to do to seize games on the road. Some folks call it that killer instinct. And those are the things you have to be able to do. And the Lakers, quite honestly, a terrific example of all of that.
And so here is Utah. Following the bucket by the Lakers. Bull from the top of the key. Millsap kicks to Miles. Millsap a screen. Gasol with the steal.
Now, part of the reason they are where they are is that they have taken care of the ball for the most part.
The score now all even. Fisher's got his first bucket of the night. And here's Watson. From deep three-point range, and it's not going to go. Tie game in Utah. It's the NBA on 2K Sports.
Jelent, ez normálisan továbbvinni, ne
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. Here's Harris. He's coming off a 22-point game against Indiana. Kirilenko and Favors are the forwards. Bella's out there with Devin Harris, and it's O'Cool in at the big spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Utah getting going here in the second. And the basket by Harris.
You know, it is really hard to miss shots that close to the basket.
Boy, Devin Harris, maybe the fastest scoring guard in the league. He's kind of a combo. Between the point and the two. 6'3", lightning speed. He can really move.
Bell dishes to Kirilenko. Misses the layup. The Lakers trail. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Harris against Kobe. Puts the lead pass in front of him. And so here's Kirilenko, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. When you talk about Devin Harris, a combination of driving ability plus a nice step-back jumper make him a real handful for the defense.
Yeah, you know, but going back to his days in Dallas, he was maybe their best perimeter defender as well. I mean, with that great lateral quickness and good hands. That's one area of his game I'd like to see him return to, being locked in and being able to disrupt the defensive force.
Good on both.
Boy, another year, another line for the fourth straight year. He averaged around 11 or 12 points a game, and his numbers stayed pretty consistent. Andrei Kirilenko. Guys, that's what he does. I mean, he excelled at getting to the rim.
Here's the Jazz with the ball. Harris outside. Odom gets called for the reach. That's his first foul. Right back to Carolina. The Jazz needed his consistency last year at a time of turnover. Buck, you played the game. Steve, obviously you played the game. Sometimes you need those stable components of your franchise on the floor to make all the changes seem like they're working.
Yeah, Kirilenko has been the mainstay now in Utah for many years, and never been a superstar, but always a very productive player. One of those guys who fills up the stat sheet across the board.
And the clock. Here's Favors. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Offensively, just hammering away in the paint.
And that's 10 straight points inside, too.
Here's Gasol. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
I thought Gasol got off to such a fast start last season. He was kind of worn down as the season went on. He was asked to play big minutes, especially early when Andrew Bynum was out with the injury.
And then, of course, for Paul Gasol in the playoffs, a lot of disappointment with his play, Clark. A game, in fact, or two where he even got booed at the Staples Center.
Yeah, you never like to see that, but he clearly did struggle in the playoffs, and he's extremely gifted, but some have tended to try to question his mental toughness or killer instinct, and I quite honestly think it's unfair. He's got a disposition and demeanor that lends itself to that kind of criticism, but anytime you can perform the way he has, that's impressive, and it actually helps him, the fact that he's got a deferring type of personality to be an ideal number 2 guy for the Lakers, with Kobe Bryant being the obvious lead dog there. So it's a good fit, I think.
That's interesting.
Kobe Bryant now in his 16th season in what has been one of the great careers in NBA history. He's battling age now, but still a very, very productive player.
He can't complete the three-point play. That's, you know, for Kobe Bryant, as you said, battling age. He's 33 right now going into this season. Wear and tear, a part of the game. He's played so many minutes. Preseason, regular season, almost playoffs, Clark. He said his kneecap is almost bone on bone. He's got an arthritic right index finger on his shooting hand. He continues on. The guy's tough.
And the battle scars of a long, successful career. And he takes pride in that, but he also recognizes the reality of it. And most of the time, you don't find out about those health issues. That's, again, a part of his desire to, once he gets between the lines, to focus 100% on the task at hand, not wanting to make excuses. And with his talent and his resume, he never needs to.
No, you're exactly right. Now here's Kobe. 23 points for him in the last game against Minnesota.
Good anticipation. A solid play to pick off that entry pass.
Wow, that's great. You take advantage of that turnover and convert it the other way.
Absolutely. Points off turnovers, this time generated off the steal.
Well, it was a tough season a year ago for Utah. You know, one of their hallmarks in their history of their franchise has been their ability to dominate their home floor. That wasn't the case a year ago. They played 500 ball at Energy Solutions Arena.
That time he found a gap in defense to turn that one into a very easy jump shot, a warm-up jumper, if you will.
Harris against Fisher. Fisher is whistled for reaching in. That's his first foul. He was talking about the Utah Jazz and playing up in Salt Lake City in a very loud arena. I always thought that some players would get overwhelmed in certain arenas because of the noise and the emotion. That was one of the buildings.
Yeah, that was really good. I mean, good building because the fans come out in big numbers and are ready to get behind and support that Utah Jazz team.
Hayward with the ball, covered by Barnes. Back to Millsap. Over Bryant. And there's Millsap. That's good. The assist by Hayward. Millsap's got his first points of the night. 1:44 left to play here in the second quarter. Outside Gasol. Here's Bynum. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
No, they're just getting hammered inside and really need to find a way to be tougher down there. They got to be physical. They got to man up in there.
I agree. If you look at the points they're giving up, most of them seem to be coming inside the paint.
It's tipped and stolen by Barnes.
A fantastic steal. He knew exactly when to jump into that passing line. Well done.
Blake. And he zips to the basket and lays it in. And that makes it a tie ball game. And here comes Devin Harris. He's got 6. tries it from the top of the key. A rebound by Gasol.
Tough miss. I mean, not much defense. He had a really good look at the hoop.
That's good from Bynum on the assist by Barnes. Bynum's got 4 points this quarter. 50 seconds left here in the second. Harris outside. And the pass to Bill. For the three. That is good. Bill's got 5.
Good team play there. You move the ball until you find the right shot for the right person.
They're a well-oiled machine, Steve. I mean, working extremely well as a cohesive unit. Every pass delivered on time and on target. A lot of ball movement and player movement. It's a big deal.
Lakers trail by 3. Blake passes to Bynum. Passes it to Barnes. A rebound by the Jazz. They're off to San Antonio after this game, bringing their show to the AT&T Center. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Millsap misses. Got it off in time. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Energy Solutions Arena.
And it's halftime out in Utah with a great... It was the Nets with a win against the Bobcats.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Here's Harris.
Well, you know, a recent stat said that in the last 15 years, the Lakers are on average the best offense in the NBA. But in crunch time, ironically, they fall to around 12th best offensively. Not nearly as effective.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the Lakers. Powell and Bynum filling up the middle. Fisher and Kobe man in the backcourt. And it's our test in at the 3, the small forward. Going back to the Lakers and their letdown as far as crunch time offense goes. Good point by you. Steve, you take it now. Why do you think that's so?
Well, I think Kobe's not the player that he once was. Kevin, I mean, he's not as athletic. He's not as capable as he used to be getting shots off against any type of defense. And I think the rest of the guys maybe lost a little confidence in themselves as a result. He's so dangerous. Anytime he gets the ball in his hands and gets some momentum going towards the basket.
Guarded by Kirilenko. Now here's Kobe, defended by Bell. Now the feed to Fisher. It's stolen by Harris.
That's such a tough catch when the ball is coming from that far away.
Wilson makes it off the glass. Now it's a 7-point Jazz lead.
Well, he really used the height advantage there down on the block.
Devin Harris was an all-star with the Nets back in 2009, but injuries have held him back recently. He played 71 games last season, and that was the most he played in 4 seasons.
And going back to Devin Harris, Clark, considered a scoring point guard, which is often kind of a backhanded compliment. He did set a career high in assists last year, Steve. Over 7 a game.
Yeah, and you know, when he was in New Jersey, he really didn't have a whole lot of help offensively. So we'll see how he can develop in Utah. They've always played a pretty specific system that involves everybody. And I think Devin Harris will have a chance to really blend in well there with the Jazz.
And Kobe drops them both.
A major front court overhaul for Utah last season with Carlos Boozer leaving for Chicago as a free agent. Okur was injured most of the year. So it was up to Al Jefferson and Paul Millsap to really come through on the front line.
Now, here is Bell. He's got 5. Lock at 6. Baseline J on the way. And there's Millsap. That's good on the assist by Bell. Bell's got 6 assists here tonight. Back to what you said, Steve, about the Jazz. They do have a lot of guys up front that can score. Clark, you played on the front line in the NBA. You know how important that is. You probably have an appreciation for these guys that the Jazz have up front.
No question, Kevin. I mean, Al Jefferson and Paul Millsap, and then if Okor can get healthy, he gives them a dimension with his ability to stretch the defense outside, shooting the ball. And then on the bench, they've even got some guys that can put the ball in the basket pretty well.
Here's Harris. He's got 10. He's covered by Fisher. Outside Kirilenko. Back to Harris. Gasol covering. 4 seconds left. Rebounded by the Lakers. Bynum's got 4 rebounds in this game. Artest. Millsap cover. Artest. Good. Here is Harris, averaging 19 points per contest. He's covered by Fisher. Fisher is tagged with the reach. That's foul number 2 for him.
You know, Kevin, it turned out that Mike Brown was the man for the Lakers job, and he inherits an interesting team here in LA. I mean, a lot of potential, but coming off a disappointing end to last season.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Bell. And Earl Watson is subbed in for Devin Harris. Now here's Kirilenko, averaging 12 points a game. Shot clock at 6. Miles, that's good. Getting back to Brown for just a second. Clark, you're just talking about him. You know, Steve, he has big shoes to fill. Anytime you're trying to replace a legend like Phil Jackson, there's a lot in front of you there.
Yeah, it's one of the highest profile coaching positions in any sport in the world. But Mike Brown will be prepared. I mean,
Jó, akkor ha kitunk rajta. Már ha engem játék. De nem. Ezt hangot nem engedett baszkurálni. Hát most sajnos így kell végig már utána.
to deal with the circus around LeBron James in Cleveland over those years and did a nice job there. So I think Mike Brown is the right guy for the job.
Here's Watson following the basket by Kobe Bryant. And here's Watson outside Kirilenko. Here is Miles, picked up by Kobe. Miles. Odom grabs the board.
What a year Lamar Odom had last season for the Lakers. At times starting, but also coming off the bench whenever Bynum was healthy. But he had a terrific year shooting the ball, 53% from the floor and almost 40% from the three-point line.
Now here's Jefferson, averaging 18 points a game. Carricker's there. Another shot. And Jefferson with a nice bucket inside. Jefferson's got his second bucket of the night. Just talking about Odom, 40% from deep is out of this world for a guy his size.
I love Lamar's versatility, Kevin. I mean, and adding that three-point shot, being more efficient from out there, just helps him be more effective as an all-around player.
And Miles kicks to Millsap. Screen by Jefferson. From the arc. And it's slammed in by Millsap. Millsap's got 8 points.
Tell you what, guys, he's helped his team just about every way possible today.
Yeah, he's been without a weakness today, Steve. I mean, he's been excellent in every area.
Here's Kobe. He's got 10.
Opportunity to go 2 for 1 here if they want it.
Steve, let's see if they go for it.
Knocked away. Jazz leading by 5. Right up. Watson's shot is good. Watson's got his first 2 points of the night. Here's Fisher. 30 seconds left to play in the third. Great ball movement. Up top, Kobe. From 20 feet out. And again, it's the Lakers.
Boy, this is scary. You get a score rolling like this, you're in some trouble.
Yeah, you can't leave a guy like that on an island. I mean, you got to bring some help.
Watson with it. Odin gets the reach-in call. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Harris. He's got 10. Here's Jefferson. That misses, would have kind of had it gone in. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day?
Megy ez a sok hülyeség.
As the 4th quarter gets going, let's swing it over to Doris Burke, who has our Sprite Spark report. Doris?
Well, thank you guys. And who gets the Sprite Spark, you ask? The Utah Jazz. They've done an exceptional job executing their game plan and look fantastic out there. You can't help but think they'll close the game out if they continue this level of play, guys.
Thanks again, Doris. They've got Bell. Memo Okur is out there with Favors. Then it's Devin Harris. And it's Hayward in at the 3 slot. That's the group right now for Utah. Jazz leading by 3. Harris kicks to Bell. Poked away. Fisher is tagged with the reach. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
That's his 3rd person.
Miért nem lehet előtte megállni? Miért kell mindig
out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Here's a look at the schedule for the Los Angeles Lakers. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Here is Bell. Now Hayward. Here's Favors. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Boy, looking at that play, I mean, I think he had to be a little confused right there. I mean, the defender had no idea what was happening.
Well, you know, Clark, I don't think it looked like there was great communication on the floor.
You're exactly right.
Steve, what'd you think of
No, I agree with you, Kevin, but a great job offensively to exploit that defense for the easy basket. And this continues to be a shootout.
Boy, I'm a fan as well as a commentator, and I love this fast-paced action. I mean, it's going back and forth, back and forth.
Brown dishes to Bynum. Outside to Saul.
De a másik közelebb fogsz, miért nem arra passzoltad?
Goes up the baseline. And again, it's the Lakers.
And the pace has really ramped up in the second half.
Steve, I like the re-energized effort here. I mean, it's been a battle.
Harris kicks to Bell. Back to Harris. Tries to keep it alive. Picked up by Brown.
Hát jó, visszatettem neki a labdát.
Shoots from the baseline. Rebound the Lakers. Bynum's got his 5th rebound in this one. Lakers trail by 5. Now here's one. Over Hayward. And the Lakers tack on 2 more.
You know, if their plan was to keep going inside a ton, it sure has paid off. I mean, it seems like every bucket they get is in the lane.
Well, no reason to take an outside shot if you're scoring at will from inside the paint.
Here is Hayward, following the bucket by the Lakers. Here's Okur. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. That's on Derek Fisher.
Great awareness by fouling on that leg, make him earn 2 points.
Yeah, I think that's a no-brainer. I mean, send him to the line instead of giving up an easy 2.
A different look for Utah. Paul Millsap's checked in for Favors. And Karolenko's subbed in for Gordon Hayward. The Lakers also changing it up. On our test, he's checked in for Walton. Toby comes in for Shannon Brown. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Derek Fisher.
Their free throw attempts are down this half, probably because they're settling for that outside shot too much.
Yeah, I think they're getting a little complacent with their shot selection part. A little lazy on offense. Got to be aggressive and attack the rim.
Well, they have forced a lot of turnovers, and it seems to be having a snowball effect.
Jazz leading by 5. He'd better get a move on. And Bell kicks to Harris. Defended by Gasol. He dishes it to Okoro. From past the arc. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got 3 assists in the game. Lakers trail by 8. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Free throw, no good. Al Jefferson's checked in for Memo Okoro. And the Lakers also making a switch. Derek Fisher's checked in for Steve Blake. He's off on the second. But one thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And you love to see that, Kevin. I mean, I love watching unselfish play, and I know Steve enjoys that too.
Yeah, that's the best part of the game. I mean, a 5-man team game where the ball moves. There's so much unselfish play. It's beautiful to watch.
Well, just take a look at what Kobe's done tonight. 12 points and 1 rebound. This is something special. I mean, he hasn't missed a single shot.
It's hard to find words to describe it.
It's the first that narrows the gap to 7. And the second one is off.
Now, even though they're down, I like their mentality. Work it inside and try to create some contact down low.
I like it as well. I mean, you just can't assume that you can shoot your way back into it when you're down. You got to grind it out, and part of that is getting the ball inside.
He kicks to Fisher. Deflected. Taken away by Kirilico.
They find themselves in a pretty good-sized hole here, and it's mostly because of their sloppy play with the basketball.
Kind of strange. They can't seem to find a grip on the ballpark. They're just giving up a lot of easy plays.
Sinks the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8. Gets them both. It's a 9-point ball game.
Wow, what a turnaround from the line this at. Not one foul shot missed yet.
Well, when you have the lead, you're trying to close out games. You've got to make free throws, and that's exactly what they're doing.
The shot's good from Bynum. Here is Harris. 1:14 left in the fourth quarter of this one. He's covered by Fisher. Backing down is Jefferson. And he banks in the layup.
Yeah, that's just too easy. He is so skilled inside.
1:03 left in the fourth quarter. Kobe to pass to Bynum. Cannot hit. Jefferson was a nice dude. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question about it. That would be all she wrote.
Már megint. Mindig befordnak. Blokkolnak a szervele.
Good on the first, and that will push the lead to double digits. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Timeout called the Lakers. They're trailing by 11. There's 48 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Derek Carey is checked in for Andrew Bynum. A moment to check in with Norris Burke. Norris?
Thanks, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what Mike Brown was saying to the team. He challenged his team to step up in the final moments, saying essentially, if you want this game, go out there and take it. Nobody's going to give it to you. You have to go take it. Let's watch how it plays out, guys.
Here's our test. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe.
There are two guys thinking alike. Perfect pass and perfect catch. Well done both ways.
Fisher against Harris. Fisher is whistled for reaching in. Tip for him. He's fouled out. Now we'll go to the line for 2.
Time to get the backup some burn anyway. This game's a wrap.
Sinks the first one, and that will push the lead to double digits. Andrew Bynum's checked in for the Lakers. He hits both from the stripe.
Huge free throws there, Kevin. He just put this game out of reach.
Yeah, looks like this one's out of reach.
Yep, just a matter of the clock running out now.
I think he just dribbled the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, exactly. They got to be happy with the outcome here.
Elated, you're right. Jefferson dishes to Kirilenko. Harris outside. 6 on the shot clock. We have a step back. Off the glass and good. And the Jazz lead by 13. Here's Kobe. From deep. Offline. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win.
Egy pont, 6 assziszt, 4 labdalópát. De ami a csapatból nem lehet valaki. Tehát mindig a győztes csapatból lehet valaki. Mi a... hangbeállítás, hogy baszódja el még. Egy külön nincs az a kéből. Még egy fél óráig fogom keresgélni ezt a kibaszott opciót rajtam, ami a hangerőt baszkurálja. a faszomban, jó. Miért mindig ilyen kibaszottul? Ilyen faszba kell elülni mindig azt a kibaszott hangerőt. Miért nem az opcióban benne mindig kell van, meg itt videóbeállításokban, de az, hogy a hangerő, meg ezt, meg az, hogy beállíts, azt meg kibaszottul nincs benne. Még a konzolon is én baszkodálódom. Ez csak a játékmenet, ez nem a hangerő basz. De most basztató, bazd meg. Kibaszottól nincs az opcióban betév az, hogy most hangerő, bazd meg. Na hát ugye a prezentációban kell keresni egy fél óráig, bazd meg. Ez most nem tudom, ezek még... Ezekben értékében jobbat mutat, de az még mégis elhogy kalapálom.
Thanks for tuning into the NBA here on 2K Sports, and a terrific NBA season continues to take shape. It'll be Gerald Wallace and the Portland Trailblazers.
Weekend basketball action at Staples Center in Los Angeles, the home of the Lakers.
Bazd meg, az imént állítottam az opcióba, bazd meg. Hát bazd meg, hát be van állítva, mit tudom, miért erre a kommentátornak üvölt, mint én nem tudom. Szóval itt lehet eltárolni.
Steve, you really can't deny that they clearly were the more aggressive team in the extra sessions.
And now the State Farm starting lineup. As you look at the Portland Trailblazers, Aldridge at the 4 and Oden at the 5. Felton is out there with Brandon Roy. And it's Wallace at the 3 slot. And for the Lakers, Fisher and Kobe man the backcourt. Howe and Bynum going up the middle. And it's Artest in at the 3.
That was interesting. Once again, late last season for the Lakers, they slumped to close out the regular season. And it seems to be a pattern.
No,
before they actually get into the postseason.
Bynum. And he drops a layup off the bench.
He's on the board.
Here's Roy. And you'll see for the Lakers, Lamar Odom said himself, their sluggish finishes in the second half were partly born of overconfidence, ego. I don't know much credence you take in part. What do you think?
You know what, I think there is a tendency, a human tendency, to become complacent, to become full, and you can lose some of your air. I don't think it's a lack of humility and respect. I think it's just the nature of being so
Tudják elrontani megint, nem igaz.
because people are coming after you a lot harder
Elég
than you got
szerettem
before
volna.
in terms of championships. And
Hát
especially
a
as you
kosárt mögé
I think it's
fogod
harder
be.
sometimes to fight off that resistance and to flip the switch if you find yourself in a little bit of a rut.
Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with head coach Nate McMillan, and here's what he tell you.
Since it's their first meeting with Los Angeles this season, he's interested to see if anything has changed about the Lakers team, specifically the interplay between Kobe and Pau. He said they're all
Bazd meg, mindig attól messzire mentek el, hogy a kosárt, hogy elkezdtem el.
but it's something he hopes his guys figures out early tonight. Gentlemen?
Thank you, Doris. And here are the Trailblazers. And this matchup with the Lakers is their first meeting of the season.
Well, for the sake of bragging rights, it's in effect a best of 3 season series between these two players. So I kind of want to get off to a good start here.
Now here's Wallace. He's coming out to a 16-point lead against Indiana.
Bazd meg, hiszen lepattanak, nem lehet megfogni.
Places so much emphasis on his rebounding at both ends of the floor.
And here's the Lakers. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
And what really hurt them in that game was their defense. They were very recognizable all on the court.
I agree with that. I give you that. I mean, they didn't play with the kind of energy and emotion they needed, but I wonder about the defensive scheme. I mean, in general, the coaching staff did very little to adjust to what the other team was doing.
Such a tough
Azt a nem büntető.
route, but I think he got it right. The defender just not set.
Kobe the bucket with the assist by Artest. Going back quickly to what Steve mentioned, almost like a mini playoff series when you face a team 3 times in a season.
I think so. Depends on how soon you need it. Obviously, it's important in the postseason, but you do know somebody's coming out on top after that third meeting.
Here's one. Following the basket by Kobe Bryant. Buckets hits. The dive for the ball. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and show you the teams leading the league in assists this season. The Lakers second.
You know, a team that shares the ball freely will create opportunities for the right player to score more times than not. They don't have to force it. Everybody recognizes that if they move and get open, the ball will find them.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Here's Kobe. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Utah Jazz.
as we look at the Blazers, check them out. I mean, a small market team, tremendous fan support. They're the only game in town as far as a major sports team is concerned, and their ownership has not been shy of basketball by trying to spend and being willing to spend to make them contender.
Felton can't get it to go.
Defense.
I mean, my mama.
He had a good look.
Here's Fisher. Look, as you said, going back to the Blazers, small market team, big city pocketbooks. And Steve, now also a pretty new front office. They're going to another general manager this year.
Yeah, despite the change, Portland's front office continues to be innovative and aggressive, making moves to try to improve this team. They know they got plenty of money. Can they put forth a consistent plan? And can they stay healthy with the players on their roster? Those are the questions I have.
Here's Kobe. Brandon Roy making his last shot. Right up. Our test. And the rim falls.
Defensively, you want to keep the ball as far away from the hoop as possible.
Yeah, because he's too good inside. So, I mean, he'll make you pay every time.
Takes it out. And it's sent back by Brown. Lakers win by 6. It's good, and he threw contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here.
Well, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago that Nathan Miller was playing in the NBA, but he's quickly become one of the best coaches in the league as well. Year after year, he finds a way to get his team into the playoffs.
Matt Barnes is checked in for the Lakers. Blake comes in for Derek Fisher. And Kobe, no good. And with Coach McMillan, that goes back to last year when they fought through some major injuries. Steve, I thought he did a magnificent coaching job with the Blazers.
Yeah, no question. With the injuries to Rosen and Ward, you would expect that team would even make it to the playoffs. They finished with the 6th seed, and they played hard.
Who's Monarchy Bentley?
They competed, and they gave Dallas a really tough first-round series.
From 3-point range.
He may not be their top 3-point option, guys, but you still got to cover him. I mean, you got to defend him in some form or fashion.
Here's Kobe. Portland grabs the miss.
You know, his reputation is such that you'd be surprised with him missing any layup opportunity.
Felton the pass to Matthews. The pass to Wallace. They're working it around. Aldridge backing in. Six on the shot clock. Aldridge can't get that one to fall. There's Kobe. Manu gets to Kobe. He feeds it to Barnes. Gets it to go.
And I like his aggressiveness going to the hoop using that height advantage.
Unloads. Belton. No good on the buzzer beater. They're scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. Here's Mills.
When you talk about that great front court depth for the Lakers, all that length, rebounding, their ability to really crash the glass. And they were actually the 5th best rebounding team in the NBA last year in terms of rebounding differential.
So with Roy on the bench, here's who's on the floor for Nate McMillan. Aldridge at the 4 and Oden at the 5. Matthews out there with Mills, and it's Batum at the 3 spot.
You know, the more shots like that he hits, guys, the more he's going to forget the pain he's playing through. Sometimes shot making can give you that added boost of adrenaline.
Now, here is our test.
Ładne metodzie ładownej.
Rebounds now in this one. Steve, we're talking about that differential, 2.5 extra possessions in their favor because of it. And Clark, for the Lakers, already a very good team offensive. That rebounding advantage, those extra possessions, more often than not, lead to a basket.
Well, they got such tremendous size. When you look at how Gasol, Andrew Bynum, those guys are long, really good rebounders at both ends, but particularly on the offensive glass. And you know, anytime you get an offensive rebound, usually those defenders will scramble, and you're going to be able to get it.
Goes up. And this game is tied up now.
Look at a little room service down with that dish.
Character.
Nem igaz, hogy megint kicsavarodott.
Now Mills. Right now averaging 7 points a game. Now here's Odin. Three for Matthews. That one goes. And now it's a 3-point
Persze, még
Well, another uncontested three there. They got to make some kind of an adjustment. I mean, they're giving up way too many open threes.
Hogy lehet rövidet dobni?
Hát így.
It's one thing to give up one, but you start
Azt
giving
mondom.
three-pointers up in bunches, you're in big trouble.
So timeout call here. The first for Los Angeles.
Az rövid karat, hogy
Look at the overall record for the Trailblazers. I mean, 30-22 against the West, about what you'd expect for a team that got 48 wins.
But you know, when you look at the Blazers' record against the West this season before last season, they had as many wins against the West as any team in the NBA.
Well, these things vary from year to year, but I think the key for Portland is
Playoff success.
Kaphatnám a
Won a
labdát.
playoff series in about a decade. So they've got to translate
Vezettem
their
meg,
regular
hanem
season into the postseason and try to knock off one of these Western foes in the first round.
Kobe Bryant is one of those select few first-name basis superstars in the NBA. Larry, Michael, and of course Kobe, Magic. Those guys are famous by one name only.
And Steve, you know, Kobe, of course, the man in the entertainment capital of Los Angeles. He's taken the attention in stride. He feeds off it a little bit. It's a special psyche to play in that kind of environment.
Yeah, he's handled it really well. I mean, for a guy who spends so much time in the public eye, it seems as though he's always been motivated more by winning
meg.
than the adoration. I think that's why he has such great respect from his teammates. Another reason why the Lakers have been so successful since
Now, here's Roy. It's a 5-point game. He's covered by Fisher. Roy gets to it. Shot clock in 4. Here's Odin.
Lepattanok. Na, végre.
Lakers trail by 5. Bryant gets called for block. That is his first foul of the game.
Azt nem adta el büntetőt. Nem adta el meg.
Here's Kobe, averaging 20 points per game. Carricker puts it to home. Great ball movement. Carricker can't hit.
Azt született megint. Nem, kimaradtak.
play here to stop this run.
Now, here's Felton. They've got 24 points in their last win against Indiana. 6 to shoot. Roy kicks to Felton. For the 3. No good. And it's the Lakers taking it the other way. The next game is the Rockets Arena in Houston for a game with the Rockets. That one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. And here are the Trailblazers. A nice run, 12 in a row. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. And a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. The Trailblazers making a switch here.
Now, last season, Brandon Boyle was hit hard by that knee injury. And that was the knock on him coming out of college.
Dobjad már neki a labdát.
Great player.
Idő húzott,
He was a
bazd.
question mark. He held up well for the first few years of his career, but now it's become an issue.
No good there. He's unable to convert on a 3-point play. Steve brought up Boyd's knee issues, and they are real. You have to wonder if he'll ever be able to play the field.
Yeah, that's the scary thing. I was going to be in trouble in my
Gyűrűt
career.
az, bazd
At the
meg.
end of it after this 5 seasons. And I think Brandon has some of the same issues going on. It's just a matter of how he's able to work through it. And I hope he can play for a long time, but it may be at a reduced pace in terms of
Az egészítmény játszott. Jött arra, hogy kibaszott gyűrűt.
And it's sent back by Wallace. But they retain possession.
Most is, hogy a passzás vegy előtt miért csúszik bele a pász.
Trailblazers leading by 9. Outside.
Kornocsok csalógat.
Puts it up. That shot is off.
Well, with good defense down low, that's a shot he's not going to convert very often.
Elegem blokkolunk a fenomen csodat.
Let's take a brief moment to look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the league's
Oh,
best
man.
defensive teams.
Most of kicsivel elmegyünk.
You know, this year they've been the #1 team in terms of steals. They put an awful lot of pressure on the ball handler, and they also, as a team, do a good job of jamming the passing lanes. Textbook defense is what they play.
Más, hogy némi passzol.
You know, for so long we've seen the Lakers coasting to the playoffs, put themselves in a tight spot, and then find a way out of it. But in that series versus Dallas in last season's playoffs, they really looked like a tired and overmatched team.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Andrew Lyons checked in for Odie. Saul comes in for Curry. And it's Brown in for Kobe. Outside Ward. Here's covered by Brown. And here's Felton from the out. That ball. Great assist by Brandon Ward.
Mindig
Felton's
már.
got 5 points now this quarter. For the Lakers, Kobe said Clark after that series, we've been playing with fire the last 3 years now.
De ott már mások közelebb volt,
Very interesting point.
bazd meg, hát ekkor a fasságot.
Into the finals for 3 straight years, and they were worn out emotionally. For a couple of those playoff series, they were good. Play with fire and get away with it. Not last year. Dallas just destroyed them, and I think the Lakers just look tired, both physically and mentally.
He's covered by Fisher. He gets it up. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And so that brings the first half to a close.
Ez sok
Thanks for tuning
baromság.
into the Sunday night edition.
Ó, menjünk már túl rajta, bazd meg.
New York came
Hűséget
away from the
utogatott,
win against the
kibaszott volna, hogy ebben kell.
And the second half about to
Ezzel
start
megy
here
is
in just a
sok
few minutes.
játék ide. Csak palaszvakítás.
Here's Felton.
Ennyivel
in
vezettem.
the forward slots.
Szerintem
Fisher and
annyival
Kobe
úgy
man in the backcourt. And it's Bynum in at the 5, patrolling the paint. That's the Laker 5. Now, here's Felton. Early in by 8. The top of the key jumper is on the mark.
Hát,
Felton's got
miért
his
nem
team
szaladt
on the
ezt
board
elvenni?
first here in the second half for the Trailblazers.
You know, Brandon Felton the last 2 seasons has really improved his shooting nicely. I mean, both on the outside and
Az semmi.
around the basket.
Miért legtávolabbra, mint az?
Here's Kobe. Here's Bynum. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. 10 points for Bynum.
You know, they didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest. They decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
A nice shot by Bynum. And for Felton at the same time, he improved his shooting. Steve, he also upped his assist to a career high of over 8 a game.
All-around improvement
Egy bazd meg,
was really impressive. And, he was the
kurva,
fifth
egyet
overall
látunk,
pick.
nem megy abban kibaszott bővülőt elkint. Neki megy minden dobásban, az meg. Én meg szivat szaszra, hogy kijön. Egy,
Rebound the Lakers.
So far, he hasn't made much of a contribution at the offensive end.
Kobe gets the bucket.
It's a good thing he showed up today because without him, this team would be in big trouble.
Here's Felton. 7 points in the game.
már megint ideig.
No, despite just a huge number of major injuries to key players. I mean, that's a credit to those players, but also to that coaching staff. Nate McMillan and his staff have done a fantastic job keeping that team really competitive.
Shannon Brown, he's checked in for the Lakers. We always talk about getting good looks. Here's who's doing the best of it in the NBA. And you look at Kobe Bryant, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks.
You know, Kevin, a lot of guys think that points per game is all that matters,
Igen,
but a high
idegesítő,
field
nem
goal
lehet ott
percentage
előtte maradni
indicates
mindezben.
efficiency.
Valamiért
Taking
hátul
advantage of your
az
opportunities at a high rate.
zárnám előtt az életet.
Here's Wood. He's got 8. Feeds to Aldridge. For 3. And there's Wood. That's good on the assist by Aldridge.
Ó, van már.
Roy's got 5 points
Indíts
now in
már.
the quarter.
Hát, az van.
Good thought there, Clark, when you take a look at the Blazers last year. The year before, all the way for his injuries. It's interesting. Pretty comparable overall. But their home versus road split deeper each game quite a bit.
Yeah, Kevin, just 18 and 23 on the road. A 6-game decrease from the season prior. So they have to figure out a way to get back to their winning ways away from home. We know they have the best home court advantages in the NBA. But you've got to win road games because you're elite in this league.
Here's Felton. After Pau Gasol's bucket. Felton pushed it away. Offline with his through. They pushed through by 9. And here's our test. There's the block.
Hát mert csak az 2 méterű bedom, azt tudod kosaratba az labdát.
11 points in the game.
Az így.
They cut down Kobe. Our test against Wood. From 20 feet out. Wallace misses.
Now, Gerald Wallace was his usual productive self last season, scoring, rebounding, just being a terror, running the floor. Of course, he has that great length and ability to block shots.
Bryant banked in off the glass. Kobe's got 8 points.
You know, Kevin, they were a step late on their defensive rotation, and that helped them get right to the rim.
He has 7. From 20 feet out. Kobe, no good that time either. Back to Wallace. Clark is only 6'7", but he gets being with that reach.
Reach is
No.
certainly an asset in this regard, but it also points to his timing. I mean, a lot of
Kosár
guys in
alatt
the
nem
league
tudod
have
dobni,
reach, but
bazd
don't
meg.
know exactly when to jump. There's domination of reach and timing.
Felton against Brown. A rebound by Gasol. Gasol's got 8 rebounds so far in the game. Wallace gets the whistle for Brown. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And some changes here for the Lakers. Blake comes in for Kobe.
Az a semmit
And Derek Fisher
büntetek,
subbed
bazd
in
meg.
for Shannon Brown. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Luke Evans tapped in for Wallace. Chris Mills in for Raymond Felton.
Ez is bazd meg, az nem.
Trailblazers leading by 7.
You know, a recent stat said that in the last 15 years, the Lakers are on average the best offense in the NBA. But in crunch time, ironically, they fall to around 12th best offensively. Not nearly as effective.
Looked like they found the soft spot in the defense there.
Indíts már, hát.
58 seconds left in the first.
Nem tudom lekottázni meg. Nézd, arról had, hogy kifele pajtál. És ez nem volt visszajátszás.
Well, I think Kobe's not the player that he once was, Kevin. He's not as athletic. He's not as capable as he used to be getting shots off against any type of defense. And I think the rest of the guys maybe lost a little confidence in themselves as a result.
Ma hát nem igaz. Ez meg, hogy
So it's Portland now, 11-point game. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota.
neki mindig bepacskan, de nekem nem.
Here's Babbitt. He's guarded by Bynum. Babbitt's shot is off. Fisher with the ball. Here's our test.
Most is, az meg kifelé, rohadt gyűrű, hát nem igaz.
Son of LaMarcus Aldridge.
Heads up play, preventing the easy lane.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, he saw it was a free layup, didn't want to give that up, so he fouled him before his free throw.
He's off on the first. Both teams deciding to change it up. They cinch the
De most
second.
be tudsz pattani, máskor meg mindig kifelé szarul a rohadt gyűrűdő.
And at the end of the third quarter, a double-digit deficit. Don't make it. As the fourth quarter gets rolling here, let's check out our Sprite Spark of the Game, presented by Sprite. Hey, Doris.
Hey, Kevin, it's the Trailblazers picking up the Sprite Spark for that stretch they put together. They got to work early as they built this great lead off a first quarter that set the tone. It's been their game to lose ever since, and they don't seem to want to relinquish control.
Thanks, Doris. Clark, it was a scoring run that proved
Miért nem
extremely
ugyanaz
important.
jelkezik,
You know
hogy
what? I
ezt
think that's
kell
exactly when they grab this lead by the throat, really seize control of it.
And you could see their energy just building as the game went on. And by the end of that run, they really took control of everything.
So, Warren on the bench. Hughes is on the floor for making the point.
valami nem stabil ennek.
And it's Matthews with the small forward. Now, here's Felton. Back to Matthews. He takes it to Williams. Outside, Felton shoots the three. The Lakers with the rebound.
Ilyen elszívhatok hozzá.
See if he can find the range here in the second.
And they
Akkor indult meg, mikor már kiszaladunk vele a
Look at the
vonalon.
upcoming schedule for the Portland Trailblazers, and after this one, they're
Na, megint a
against
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Ja,
And
az
that game will kick
Portland.
off a 4-game homestand. Here's Felton. He's covered by Fisher. Now, here's Felton. Wallace outside. Full on the shot clock. Three for Matthews. Barnes grabs the miss. Lakers trail by 8. Arizona. And that comes off the assist by Derek Fisher. Here's Williams. Foul timeout called by Portland.
Megint cseré.
Changes here for the Lakers. On our test is checked in for Bynum. And it's Devin Bates in for Matt Barnes. Then for the Trailblazers, LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Odin. And it's Roy in for Gerald Wallace.
De miért nem lehet itt az óra előtt állni? Valami szabály, vagy nem tudom. Hogy tudtad kihagyni azt a szádba tettem a labdát?
Felton dishes to Roy. On the top of the key. Lamar Odom pulls it in. Odom's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Outside for Cody.
De Magni,
Here's with the steal.
mi oldalra tették, hogy mikor szemben ott volt a másik játékos? Az vehet.
Protect the ball.
Exactly. When you surrender the ball like that, you put your defense at a huge disadvantage.
Mi az, hogy nem tudom, erre kell passzolni.
That's good. And the assist goes to Fisher. Fisher's got 3 assists tonight.
Jó, hát elhiszem találni, hogy nem akarok passzolni.
Outside Felton. He's covered by Fisher. Felton against the wall. Picked up by a test. Shot clock at 6. Tipped.
Ez meg meg, ketten voltunk.
And it's blocked.
He wasn't paying any attention to defense. Poor pass.
Kell, hogy megnyomtam én is. Passzol is még egyszer, azért szedtük ki a labdát.
Circles around them is what they're doing. They're pushing the tempo and really enjoying the advantage.
Shot denied. He hangs in there and cashes in for the second chance points. Here's Roy. Artest against Dalton. Back to over. Lakers trail by 6.
Megint sem.
Fourth assist in this one. Time call here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're up by 4. There's a minute 47 left to play in the final quarter. The Lakers making a switch here. Masal's checked. There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter.
Üresen maradt. Hát megint csere.
And not just with any old finish. I mean, that was a big-time dunk.
Here's Kobe inside the Gasol. Get there by
Ez miért nem megy sose az meg?
Felton against Dorchester. On against Auburn. Gathers. Goes up and leaves it. And it's an 8-point Trailblazer lead.
Something has to change, guys. That's 10 straight points coming in the paint against this team.
Ez is, bassz meg.
Be conscious of it. It's a team
Elfáradott,
effort.
hogy mi volt, bassz meg. Nem véget dobni, vagy mi.
Control the ball, and then everybody's got to get in there and keep the defense locked down.
Felton dishes to Aldridge. Back to Felton. Picked up by Brown. Felton can't get it to go.
He's laboring out there right now, guys. The shot has not been falling for him this quarter.
It's a one. And Kobe punches inside.
He's starting to pick up his game in this half.
51 seconds left in the fourth. Play against Kobe. Kobe against Roy.
Idejét húzod, és idejét húzod.
And here's Felton from the arc. No good. And the Lakers go with it the other way. Their biggest deficit of the game was 11 points. Money! And now they're just 4.
De ne fogdossátok már őket. Miért kell személyhívát csinálni? Miért azt büntetezni? Azért ne legyetek már ilyen. Hát, bassz meg. Miért kell lefogni őket, bassz meg?
It's the first that puts them up by 5.
Nem vagyunk előrébb, bassz meg. Lefogjátok őket. Már még idejét kérdeztünk. Hát végül is.
And the Lakers call time here. They trail by 6. 20 seconds left in the game. What do you think, guys? Well, with a little bit of time here to play.
Bassz meg, hogy lefogjuk őket. Ilyen hülyeséget, bassz meg. Csak bünteteznek utána, bassz meg.
Lamar Odom is checked in for the Lakers. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Goes straight up. It's good. And now they trail by just 4.
He's got himself involved
Ne,
in every aspect of this game.
az meg, Tamán miért kell megfogni? Csak lefogod. Ezért kapunk ki, az ekkora hülyeséget kaszkál. Miért nem hagyod játszani? Bassz meg.
Shakes the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
Úgy talán lett, hogy esély nem dobnak pontot, de így meg biztos, bassz meg. Csak ilyen hülyét lesz. Miért kell lefogni?
Here comes Kobe outside the circle.
Úgy csak kiki csak az meg. Ne! Mondtam, hogy nem fogsz meg! Basz meg! Hátrányban vagyok, és ilyen hülyeségekkel próbáltam. Még kihagyná azt mondom, hogy oké, de ha azt mondjuk, ezt játszátok, hogy lefogjátok őt a parsztban. Hagyta volna játszani, nem? Hiába lesz nem azt következőben. Akkor is letaparolja, az meg, hogy csinálja. Hogy büntetezzen az ellen. Ekkora hülyeségben az meg. Már vezettem a 8 pontra. Ezt végül nem kapjuk mindent. 15 pont, 3 asszisztét lepattan, egy labdarúgás. Rendőről mindig. Azt mondja, mikor már negyedik negyedben miért kell ilyen hülyeséget csinálni, bazd meg? Tényleg, hogy büntetezzen az ellenfél. Miért kell baromság ilyenekkel, bazd meg? Könnyű. De olyasmi nem érett ki, bazd meg azt, ami engem érdekel. Fischer 3 assziszt, 1 lepattanó, 1 labdalopás. Kobe 12 pont, 5 assziszt, 4 lepattanó. Ronnak 3 assziszt, 3. 2 lepattanó. Paul 6 pont, 3 lepattanó, 2 assziszt. Andrew 10 pont, 5 lepattanó, 1 assziszt. Lamar 4 pont, 3 lepattanó. Shannon 2 pont, 1 lepattanó. Matt 2 pont, 1 lepattanó. Illetve Devin 8 pont, 2 lepattanó, 1 vagy 2 labdalopás, 1 lepattanó. Illetve azt mondja, Steve-nek van még 2 lepattanója. Luke-nak nincsen semmi, illetve Dereknek se. Csak 2 lepattanó. Az meg egy ilyen hülyeséget. Basz meg. Lássa, nincs is olyan opció, mint a FIFA-ban általában, most hogy beállított. Lehetne a védekezés, már alakzatot beállítani ide. Nem így gondoltam az összefoglalót, hanem negyedenként hogy volt. De ezt nem lehet megnézni a statisztikát. 53-47. Egy időkérés maradt a Portlandnek.
Azt mondja, én próbálkoztam 46, esetből 21. 43, 22 mezőnyból. Százalékban jó vagyok, de próbálkoztak 3 pontosan, mennyi? 14-et, azt abból 5 ment be. Büntető, azt mondja 7-ből 6, nekem meg 7-ből 3. Asszisztban több volt, úgyhodából is turnover, az még nem tudom már mi, 9. Szabálytalanság 5. Lepattanó, szintén többet szereztünk meg. Támadó lepattanó, azt is. Hát labdalopásnál volt több, illetve blokk. De a statisztika nincs, ami a azt mondja, hát 16-9 volt az első negyed. Utána, de most a másodikba, illetve a harmadikba már kicsit szoros. Meg a negyedik negyedbe. Jó, már vissza. Hát, az meg, már kezdtem örülni, mondom, hogy 50% ez, hogy bennem, hogy 2 meccset nyerek, meg nem tudom, mennyit veszítek, de így csak egy győzelem jut össze. Három meccset nyertem, ebből 2 volt rendes, meg egy szimulációban. Többit elvesztettem. NBA-s, az i.BL verziós könnyebb volt.